Hello, it's Sonia here, the Pretty Stitch. Welcome to my channel. If this is your first time joining me, I'm so happy to have you here. So today we are going to be making a hat, and I am going to be making another bucket hat. I've been having a lot of fun making these summer hats, and summer is right around the corner. And I thought I would do my version of the checkered bucket hat, which I think they were pretty popular maybe last summer, so I'm a little late to the party, but I've always loved a good checkered pattern. I just think they're really fun, and I thought it would be fun to, make my version of the checkered bucket hat pattern. So to do this pattern, I am using my eye hook or 5.5 millimeter hook, and I'm using two different colors. So this is a purple cotton. It actually looks more blue on camera, but it's purple, and I am going to be using yellow, and the label is hanging on for dear life here. And so what is this one? The softest cotton yarn, and peaches and cream. So it's going to be yellow and purple, so maybe a little Eastery looking, but part of the reason why I chose these two colors is obviously you want colors that have a nice contrast, but I have a lot of this purple and I have a decent amount of yellow. I don't have a lot of cotton yarn left. I've really been plowing through my cotton yarn stash, so that's actually been great. It would have worked out better last year for my Bust My Stash series, but hey, we can still work on using up yarn. So why don't we get started? I've already got my slip knot on here, and I excuse my nails and hands. I've been working a lot outside, so they're a little crusty looking right now. But it's that time of year. So anyway, we are going to make this hat top down, and this would be suitable for a beginner crocheter. It basically uses one stitch for the majority of the pattern. All right, so it will be worked in rounds as well. So we are going to chain 2, and in my second chain from my hook, I'm going to work 6 single crochet. Okay, so I have my 6 single crochet, and I don't think I said what kind of yarn this purple is. I do believe this is also Peaches and Cream number 4 cotton yarn. And I do think you could use a DK weight yarn, and I do suggest like a cotton. But I mean, if you want to make this to wear in the wintertime, then that would be fine. Acrylic would work well. But if you plan on wearing this in the summer, I would definitely recommend using a cotton or a linen or a bamboo type of yarn, so it has breathability and it's a little bit cooler. All right, so we have our 6 single crochet, and we will be incorporating the yellow soon. So we are going to work 2 single crochet in each of these stitches, and I'm just jumping right in, working 2 single crochet. I'm not joining or anything. We will be joining sometimes, but not quite yet. So I'm just popping in 2 stitches in each, so I will have a total of 12 single crochet at the end of round 2. Okay, I have my 12 stitches, and so you see that hole, just give that a pull, and there it goes. Their hole is gone. All right, so now we're ready for round 3. So round 3, we're going to repeat round 2. We're going to work 2 single crochet in each of these stitches, and we will have a total of 24 single crochet. Okay, so I have my 24 stitches. So now we're going to get ready for round 4, and we are going to start to incorporate our other color. So what we're going to do is, again, I'm just jumping in with the purple. We're going to work even all the way around, but we are going to be switching up colors, and we're going to be carrying our colors around. So that will help with ends and just give a neater and cleaner look. And eventually, as we get a little farther on this project, we're going to be doing something called a yarn under instead of a yarn over. But I just find it's easier to start off with doing the yarn over instead of a yarn under. So once this is the crown of the hat, gets a little bit bigger, we're going to be starting yarn unders. But I just, no one's really going to be looking at the top. The yarn unders kind of help making your blocks more stacked straight, where when you work single crochet in the round, they tend to kind of just slant a little bit like that, where the yarn unders kind of help to straighten them out a little bit. But we're just getting started here. All right, so let's begin round 4. We're going to work a single crochet with our main color, which is my main color is the purple. So 1, 2, and I'm going to finish off this color with my other color, which is my yellow here. So I'm just laying that yarn over my hook, and I'm going to finish off that single crochet stitch, just pulling it through. So now you can see we have this part of our stitch which is quite loose, so you just want to grab the working yarn, you give that a slight little pull. You don't want to pull it hard, but just a gentle tug to help even out the stitch. And now we're ready to work with the yellow. So now what we're going to be doing, as I said, we're going to carry this purple around. So we're going to be single crocheting around this purple, and we also will be single crocheting around the yellow. So don't overthink it. It really is not hard. So I'm working with my yellow. I'm just kind of laying that purple across, and I'm going to single crochet, and as you can see, that purple's tucked in between, and I'm going to work that first stitch. So you can see this stitch is a little loose here. Oops, sorry. A little loose here, so we just take that, give it a gentle little tug, and we're straightened out. And now we're going to work another single crochet with the yellow. And now I'm going to finish off this stitch with the purple. So it's going to be 2 stitches of each color. So we're going to have 2 stitches of purple, 2 stitches of yellow to begin our checkerboard effect. Okay, so I'm going to continue with my purple, and I'm going to single crochet around that yellow. So the rule of thumb when you are stitching around the other color is you want to make sure that it doesn't get too tight or too loose. So you can kind of see it's kind of bubbling. So I'm just going to pull it a little bit, but you don't want to pull it super hard because that's going to affect the flexibility of your hat. It's almost like putting like fishing line in between, and if you know what, fishing line can be kind of stiff. So if you are pulling really tight the yarn that you're crocheting around, that can really just tighten up your hat and not give it that nice flexibility, because when you put it over your head, you do want it to be have a little give to it, and cotton doesn't have a lot of give to begin with, so you just want it to have a little bit of stretch. So if you are pulling this yarn that you're crocheting around super tight, you're not going to have that. So just remember that. So don't overthink it. It's not too hard. Okay, now I need to finish off with the yellow. And I'm gently just straightening out, because you want your project to look as nice as it can. So just these little tricks kind of help you achieve that. And these are just things that I've learned. I like to do a lot of colored work. I'm super into color work. I think color work is so fun. But it can look messy if you're not careful. So you can just see I'm just gently tugging. I'm not like pulling really hard on that. And then when I pull the other color, you know, I just gently pulled it so, and just kind of eyeball it so that the stitches look, they match each other there. So we're just going to keep doing this all the way around, switching our colors back and forth, working our single crochet. Okay, so I have finished up round 4, and we have 24 stitches, and you can see we have alternated colors there. And so now we are going to continue. So when I finished up my last stitch here, I changed back to the purple because we're going to be doing purple again. So now we're going to be doing some yarn under, so I'm going to show you how to do that. Again, it's not hard. Usually we're crocheting, we're yarning over like this, but instead we're going to yarn over, we're just going to kind of grab it like that. So I am going to show you how to do that for round 5. So we're still going to be stitching around the unused color. So we are going to start increasing again because obviously it's way too small for a hat. So I'm going to insert my hook in that first stitch. I'm not joining with a slip stitch, we're just jumping right in. And I'm going to do my yarn under. So I have my hook. As you can see, the hook part's kind of pointing down towards the surface of my desk. I'm just going to grab that yarn, pull it through. So I pulled it through, and now we're going to work that yarn under. So again, it can be a little tricky. We're just grabbing it, pulling through, and we're going to work 2 stitches in there. So I'm going in there, grabbing that stitch, and working that yarn under. So if you've never done yarn under, it'll feel a little weird at first, but you get used to it. And if you don't like the yarn unders, you can just work the regular single crochet stitch. Now when we are switching the other color, which we will be doing shortly, so I'm going to work 2 single crochet in the next one. So we're going to do the same thing of repeating round 2 of working 2 stitches in each. So here is my first block here, so I'm going to go back in. So now I need to pick up the yellow, and I just do a regular yarn over. It's just easier when switching colors. It doesn't really affect it, so I just do that. And now we're ready, and I'm going to single crochet around. Working my yarn unders here. And working 2 stitches in the next one. See, I want to go to the normal yarn over. Oops. Yep, now I need to finish off the stitch. So I'm just doing a regular yarn over to finish. Like once you kind of get into the groove of it, then it goes a lot more smoothly. You get like a nice flow. But again, we're just working 2 stitches in each. Need a little more yarn here, and we're still stitching around the unused color. So there we go, and it's just going to help them stack up a little bit more on top of each other and help with the slanting. So I'm going to keep going, working my 2 stitches in each for round 5 and working the yarn unders, and I will meet you back. Okay, so here we go. We just finished up round 5, so let's get ready for round 6. So round 6, we are going to work even. Again, we're just going to single crochet around. So we have 48 single crochet, and we want to grow this kind of slowly. We don't want to get it too crazy. If you increase too quickly, it can kind of get bunchy. So we're going to do it nice and gradually. And so now I am ready for round 6. I did not join. I ended with my purple, and we're going to insert our hook in that first stitch, still stitching around, working that yarn under. Now, if you are struggling with yarn unders like this, you can do a yarn over to complete it. The key is to really help your stitches to be straighter is when you're first grabbing that yarn to grab it with the yarn under first. And then if you feel more comfortable doing the yarn over like that, it's fine. So it's not really going to affect the look of it too much. So I'm kind of yarning over or yarning under, and then I'm going to finish this stitch off with my yellow because our next section is yellow. I'm going to go in, work that yarn under to grab the yarn, and then yarn over to finish it. So whatever you like better, you can kind of play around with different techniques. So there I just did the yarn over to finish the stitch. But I just wanted to give you some options to play around with to see what you are more comfortable with. So I'm going to keep going here, working round 6. As you can see, I just did some yarn unders. I'm kind of mixing it up here. But again, this is the top of the hat. It's really going to be okay. So I'm going to keep going and I will meet you back. Okay, so we finished up round 6. We have 48 stitches here. So we are going to work on round 7 and we're going to repeat round 6. So we're just working the same color sequence and we are doing our yarn unders for this round. So again, I'm just jumping in. And I'm going to do yarn under for both parts of this stitch. Again, you can do part of it yarn under, part of it yarn over, you know, whatever you are into. So then when we get to the end of this round, we are going to join, and we're going to join in the first stitch here to begin round 8 because we're going to be changing up our color sequence to start making it look like a checkerboard because right now it looks more like a pinwheel. So I'm going to keep going, working on my round 7 here, and I will meet you back. Okay, so I finished up row 7. So to complete the row, we're going to stick with our color that we finished with, and we're going to join with a slip stitch in that first stitch to begin round 8. So round 8, we're going to chain 1 and we're going to single crochet right in that stitch that we made the slip stitch in. And I'm still stitching around my other color. And now I'm going to work 2 single crochet in that next stitch because we are going to increase again, because this is not big enough for a hat. Maybe a baby hat, I guess. And we're going to work 2 single crochet in the next one. And then we're going to single crochet in the last stitch. And now I'm going to switch to my other color. And we're going to start with, this will be the start of the checkerboard, let's focus, the checkerboard look. So now we're going to single crochet in the next stitch. So think of it as blocks. So it doesn't look like a block yet, but it will. So in that first stitch of the next block, you're working your single crochet. In the second stitch of this block, you're going to work 2 single crochet to work the increase. And you're still stitching around your other color. And then in the last stitch of your block, you're just working a single crochet, and then you switch to your other color, and then you'll repeat that all the way around for each block. So that first stitch is single crochet, second and third are 2 single crochet, and then in that last stitch is a single crochet and change to the other color. So we're going to do that all the way around, and when you get to your last stitch, we will not be joining, we won't need to. So I'm going to go do that for round 8 and I will meet you back. Okay, so we finished up row 8, so let's jump into row 9. So we're just going to work even. We'll have 72 stitches, and that actually might be enough for this hat. And you can play around with sizing with this, so you could use, if you want it larger, you could use the same type of yarn and just bump up a hook size. So go up to a J hook or a 6mm hook. If you would like a smaller hat, you could probably still use the I hook in 5.5mm, but then use DK weight yarn or number 3 yarn. So there's definitely some wiggle room with the sizing. So for round 9, we're going to work even all the way around, and as I said, we're not joining. So you're going to skip that slip stitch right there. That's that slip stitch, and we're going to work in these 6 stitches across. So I have my yellow all ready to go, and working my yarn under, and just working 6 single crochet across. And then of course I am going to switch to my purple when I get to the end of this block. So again, I'm still stitching around. So for rounds 9, 10, and 11, we're going to be repeating the same round. So rounds 10 and 11, you're going to be repeating round 9 here. So each block is going to consist of 4 rounds. So you can see we have 4 here, 1, 2, 3, 4, and then we switch to our other color. So we're going to have 4 again. So now I've got my purple, and I am working my single crochet with my purple. So I'm going to go and work through round 11 here. So this is round 9, and then we're going to work rounds 10 and 11. And again, we're just working even all the way around, and I will meet you back. Okay, so here we go. I finished up round 11. So what we're going to do is we are going to join in that first stitch to begin round 12. So we are just going to work even. I'm not sure how many rounds to go. I think 72 stitches are enough. So I'm just going to continue working in patterns. So what you want to do is I'm going to single crochet all the way around, making sure I change my color. So now I'm with purple because we want the checkerboard effect, and then we're going to work this purple on top of the yellow, and then work the yellow on top of the purple, and it's 4 rows. So each block consists of 4 rounds. I guess we're not working rows, we're working rounds, and then we switch to another color. So when you are switching block colors, so this is switching, you want to join. When you're not, so when this is round 12, so round 13, I'm going to finish up here for round 12 with color yellow, and then I'm going to switch to purple. I don't need to join because my next colors are going to be purple. So if you're just going right across, you don't need to join, but when you need to go to your next block to create the checkerboard effect, then you need to join. So I'm going to keep going, working a bunch of rounds. I'll let you know, and then we will be increasing a little bit later when this hat, it doesn't look like a hat shape, it's like a disc right now, but it's going to start to curve down the more rounds we work. So I will let you know on the screen how many rounds that you'll need to work, and I will meet you back. All right, so here we go. You can see it's definitely taking shape. I have worked 23 rounds, And now we need to start making this look more like a bucket shape, because right now it's more of just like a traditional beanie type hat here. So we are going to keep working in our checkerboard pattern here, but we are going to widen these blocks that we have. So I've worked my 4 rounds here of this color, so now I need to switch to the yellow. So I have that started already, so that means that I joined with a slip stitch when I'm starting the new one. So I'm chaining 1, and I'm going to single crochet right in that first stitch, still working my yarn unders, and I'm going to single crochet in the next one. And now I'm going to work 2 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 2 single crochet in each to get this wider, so we start looking bucket-like. I feel like when I do the yarn unders more slowly that it looks like I'm struggling because when I'm just working along it goes pretty quickly. And now I'm just working even in the last 2, and I'm going to switch to my purple here. Alright, so now instead of having 6 stitches in that next block, we will have 8. So let's go to the next block, and we're going to repeat that. So this is the start of the repeat here. So our first 2 stitches of this block, and for the rest of the blocks for this round, we're just working 1 in each. And now we're going to work 2 single crochet in the next 2 stitches. So 2 single crochet in each. Oh my word, I keep missing the yarn here. Yes, I do know how to crochet, I promise. Now I switch to my yellow. So you're going to repeat that around, and then for round 25 we're just going to work even. So at the end of round 24 here, you're going to have a total of 96 single crochet. So I'm going to keep going, working my increases here, and I will meet you back. Okay, so I completed rounds 24 and 25. So 25 we just worked even. We just worked 1 single crochet in each stitch. So I have 96 single crochet. So I still want to increase some more to really get that bucket shape. So I'm all ready to go for round 26 here. So we are going to single crochet in the first 3 stitches here. And this will be the repeat for the rest of the round here. So I've worked a single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and now we're going to work 2 single crochet in each of the next 2 stitches. So I have 2 single crochet in that one, and I'm going to work 2 single crochet in this one. And then we just work a single crochet in the next 3 stitches here. So 1 in each. And now we're going to have 10 single crochet for this block, and then of course for the rest of the blocks here. So you're going to do that again for the next block. So you're going to work a single crochet in the next 3 stitches, and then 2 single crochet in each of the next 2, and then 3 single crochet for the last 3 of the next block, and we're going to do that all the way around. So then at the end of round 26 here, you're going to have 120 single crochet, and then for round 27 we're just going to work even again, just working 1 single crochet in each stitch, and then we'll see if we need to increase again. It might be wide enough to get that bucket hat shape. So I will meet you back at the end of round 27. Okay, so as you can see, we have a finished hat. So when I left off, we had worked row 26, so we increased again. Let me show you on the yellow so you can see. So we have row 24, we did our increase. Row 25, we worked even, we just worked single crochet around. Row 26, we increased again, and then we had our 120 single crochet. And then for rows 27 through 31, I just single crocheted around. I thought the hat was wide enough, you know, it had that nice bucket shape. So I just was like, you know, I'm not going to increase anymore. I'm just going to continue working in pattern, and I'm just going to single crochet around. And then I wanted to do one more round, and I just did one last round in the purple here. You could certainly, you know, use the lighter color if you wanted, or you don't have to do the last round, but I just thought it gives it a nice finishing touch. So I had worked 32 rounds total, and I stopped increasing at round 26. And I think this turned out really cute. I'm really happy with it. I do want to say, as far as sizing goes, so I used an eye hook or a 5.5 millimeter hook. I have a smaller head. I just always have. I have very straight, like fine hair, so I don't have like full hair, you know, poofy hair, nothing like that. So if you have a larger head or if you have thicker hair, you might want to bump up a hook size with this, you know, for a larger hat. Now keep in mind, if you are using cotton, you can block this a little bit. It does have a little bit of give, and the nice thing is with cotton, when you block it, and if you do a really hard block where you're really stretching it out, once it dries, it should hold its shape. So if you're feeling like your hat's just a little bit snug and you just want a little bit more breathing room with your hat, then I highly recommend blocking. You also, with this pattern, you can just do this hat pattern in one color. You don't have to do the checkerboard. And our checkerboard does have a little bleed through with the purple because we did carry the yarn through. You could also do it if you just had floats instead, if you just carried the yarn across instead of stitching around it, but I kind of like it better stitched around. I think it's just a little neater and tidier. And I think it will help with the hat as far as being a little bit cooler to wear. I think when you have items with floats, nothing wrong with floats, but it does make it a little bit thicker and a little bit warmer. And since this is a summer hat, you know, I don't really want extra warmth. I just really want to protect my head. But I'm really thrilled with how this turned out. I'm super happy with it. And so I just need to weave in my ends, give it a little bit of block, and it's ready to go for summer. I'm going to the beach soon, so I will be wearing this for sure. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and if you did, please like and subscribe, and thank you so much for watching.